Dang it. Well, guys, I'm sorry. Poor lack of execution on my part. So, I'm sorry. Like I said, try to finish it up over here. The camera died because my stupid self failed to put it on the charger. It is what it is, I guess. Let me see if I can pull this up. I don't even know where we were at with the question and answer stuff. Let me get this camera back up higher because now it's too low. So one day I'll get all this stuff resolved where we won't be having these issues. Last week, internet died on I used an old phone last week to do the live, and then this week I actually have my cell phone on here so that I'm on the mobile network and not my Wi-Fi, to where we wouldn't have that failure. And I didn't put it on the charger. I have the charger all out here, just didn't have it plugged up. Lack of execution. I'm sorry, guys. So I guess we'll finish up the last 20 minutes on here, hopefully, and now that I have it charging, hopefully we will be good to go. So what do you guys want to talk about for the last 20 minutes? Like I said, we're trying to do this for an hour on each session. The last few sessions have lasted a little longer than an hour because we had a lot of interaction, where today it's been kind of slow. So, yeah, I guess I'm gonna give it a few minutes to get more people in here, and hopefully we can proceed for the last 20 minutes. So I'm gonna share this one to Facebook too. I was saying earlier, though, I was thinking about using StreamYard for the future on doing these lives. And StreamYard could also do multiple camera angles and stuff, so I could have a camera over here and one here, wherever, and I could like switch up and do all that kind of stuff. And it's pretty cool. My cousin put me onto that. But yeah, we'll see. Let's see. So I'm just sharing this over to Facebook. Hopefully get some more people over here. Line diagrams for let's see, share for 04 CRV full swap on my AG hatch. Are you using the manual transmission, Jeremy, or are you using automatic? Captain, I have a few builds here to do. Like I've got the EK Civic that's mine, that I'm doing a K-swap all-wheel drive on it, but budget. We have a DC4 Integra here right now that I'm doing the K20A2 in. Most of the stuff that comes through here is going to be K series, just because the B series and D series is getting super hard to find. So it's just hard to find the B and the D stuff, and I just find a lot of K stuff now. Jeremy, so that you're set up the manual, it should be pretty straightforward. You can use the wiring harness from the CRV. It should plug right in. Should be good to go. There may be a little bit of maybe just a tad of wiring difference at the C101 connector, which is the one that connects from the engine harness into your conversion harness. But other than that, it should be pretty straightforward. I can look it up. Send me a message at the Honda Resource on Facebook or Instagram, or you can email me, philip@thehondaresource.com. So you're trying to get around the immobilizer, you can either use like one of those K-tuned immobilizer bypass, or I think Hybrid makes one as well, or you could do K-Pro or something like that. Yeah, it's pretty straightforward to get around that. Yeah, well, you find a lot of conflicting information because there's a lot of people that don't know what they're talking about, try to comment on stuff. And that's where you've run into a lot of issues. That's why I like the forum days, man. The forum days seemed like it had a lot more knowledgeable people than the Facebook days. What's up, Steve? I appreciate you coming over, man. I think a K-Pro secondhand budget build here. Yeah, K-Pro, I mean, you can find them, you can find them. I mean, until I did the K series on the Dragon, I didn't really do a lot of K stuff either, besides like just general repair on them. I didn't do like swaps and stuff, but that was probably one of my first K series swaps. I've done a lot of B series stuff in the past. Yeah, I agree. All the forums are dying. It's a dying thing, for sure. Used to, man, you had K20.org, Honda Tech, all those, and you could find good information. You could find a little bit of misinformation, but you could kind of go between the different forums and stuff, and you could kind of put something together. And I always like trying to do something out of the box. I had that 7th gen Civic sedan, and I put a K20 A3 automatic in it. People are like, why are you doing that? I'm like, why do you want automatic? Well, it's because I drive 35 miles to work every day, and I don't want to be shifting gears all the way there and all the way back. And it's something different. And people said it couldn't be done, and I proved them wrong. And I tried to take that car and make it to where it ran and appeared and functioned as factory. So I basically bought a parts RSX and swapped everything over, all the mounting points and everything in the engine bay. So still had the battery like where the RSX battery would be, and had AC, power steering, cruise control, everything. It was pretty sweet. So Captain wants to know if there's a reliable way to run a VTEC head on the B20. I mean, it's definitely possible. You might be able to source a Japanese GSR ECU for automatic, and it would be able to control the transmission. And I'm just talking out of my head here, and I can't confirm 100%. But it may be able to control the transmission and do the VTEC. So it's but other than that, you would have to do like a piggyback system since your CRV is automatic. I appreciate it, Jeremy. The Dragon used to be B series front wheel drive. It was 760 horsepower, and just kind of bored with it, kind of a lull, and I found the all-wheel drive transmission at the junkyard. I always check the junkyard inventory, and one day I looked on there and they had a B series, or no, not B series. They had a 03 CRV up there, and it's manual, and I was like, sweet, I'm gonna drive up there and check it out. And I went up there and the transmission was still in it, and I was like, all right, so game on. And I guess in a sense that's really what helped grow the channel. I don't want to say that that's what made the channel, but it helped grow it for sure. That's really kind of when I started posting more to the channel as well, because I have had this channel for years, but I didn't really post a lot to it. It's just, that's kind of like when I started trying to make the channel better and like get better at my recording and all that kind of stuff too, because my recording skills weren't as refined then as they are now, and I'm not saying they're great now, but I feel you, man. You know, we actually went through the northeast corner of New Mexico when we came back from PFI, because we came down from Colorado and then just clipped the corner of New Mexico and then went over into Texas. And they were doing a ton of road work up through there, and the roads are super narrow and stuff. Yeah, it's, I ain't gonna say like we got a ton of stuff here, but I mean, you just have to be patient and search. Usually finding a parts car or something is, just finding a wreck car, whatever, and that's kind of where we go from there. I very rarely see any manual CRVs at all up through here. It was kind of odd that the guy that came earlier had a manual one, but he said he bought it up north, so that's probably why. It seems like there's more manual CRVs up north and like up there around Colorado and stuff, because I see like Robert from Hush Performance, man, he's always getting some manual transmissions and stuff, and I just don't ever see him like that here. Yeah, that was my first time ever going to New Mexico, which that was actually the first for me to go to a lot of states whenever I went up to PFI. Like we went up to Mount Rushmore up in South Dakota. I'd never been to South Dakota, never been to Wyoming, never been to Colorado, New Mexico, Texas, Kansas, and Oklahoma. Those were all states that I had never been to that I went to on that trip to PFI. It was kind of cool to go to all those different states. Sick. So you went from Montana all the way to Texas? Oh, you left yesterday morning. Yeah, I was gonna say, I thought you were saying you left this morning. I was like, holy crap, dude, you're like smoking it. That's a lot of driving. I've never been to Montana. I would like to go. It looks like it would be a pretty place up there. Yeah. Kay, you're saying that you hadn't seen a manual CRV in person. Yeah, I've probably had well over 100 CRVs here in the last 5 years, and out of those, I bet 5 or less have been manual. So they're rare, man. It's not something you see every day. Just 2 is fine. You want to take it up to P5? Man, I tell you what, Jamie and Brent, super cool, man. They were super humble, and just seemed like they would be awesome dudes just to hang out with. We were kind of time crunched, so I didn't really spend a lot of time there after we got the tune done. Just kind of got my stuff done, and then we hit the road again because we had a lot of things to do. And it was more of a vacation too. We'd like to get out and see different things, and we really, really enjoyed Colorado, man. We want to go back to Colorado just as a vacation. It was so nice up there. If y'all ever get up towards PFI and you've never been up there, go to Estes Park. It's like 30 minutes or so, maybe about an hour from PFI, something like that. But Estes Park, super nice place, dude. So they got a manual Element. I have my buddy here in town has a manual Element. It's front wheel drive. I actually sold it to him. But it's, like I said, it's front wheel drive. Those are pretty rare too. I mean, I've seen a few, but there's not many around here. 3,900 is not terrible, I guess. What's up, Carlos? Be happy when your motor gets here, man, so we can get some stuff going on your car, dude. Yeah, dude. I mean, like you said, Kay, that Colorado's awesome, man. The wife's always talking about wanting to go back. Yeah, I'm like you said, he's always smiling, just always like, even in person, dude. Like that's just the energy that he carries, man. It's just, and Jamie is super awesome too. He's just wants to be helpful and help you out. But yeah, they have such good charisma and everything, and just good vibes. So it's pretty awesome. So your daily drivers are 98 CRV 5-speed. Yeah, I mean, like I said earlier, I mean, I don't have a lot of come through here, so yeah, I guess it could take you 2 years to find one. I had one. It was my daily probably 6 years ago, something like that. I had a manual CRV. Now I try not to really keep anything manual, like as a daily. I mean, I've got an Escalade, like to be able to move cars around and, and to take all the kids whenever we go out places and stuff. And then I've got my hybrid, but my kind of my thought process is, if I'm off in like the Escalade or something, I want my wife to be able to get in it and drive it if it's an emergency, So, if the Civic is here, I want her to be able to hop in it and drive. So that's why I try not to keep a manual daily anymore. Oh, 5-speed all-wheel drive Element. Yeah, those 3,900. I mean, that's really not that terrible. If any of you have never been in a Honda Element, dude, those things are incredibly roomy. Those the back seats fold flat and then they fold up to the sides, and it's got like a whole bed back there essentially, and it's all plastic floor. So it's, if you get something dirty, you can hose it out real quick, and they're really awesome. It feels like you're driving in a box when you're driving it, because the windshield feels so flat. It doesn't feel like angle like most of your Civics and stuff. But it's pretty cool. It just feels like you're driving a brick down the road. I did see Goofy's CRX. We actually I saw it rip. Yeah, I did see it rip, but I also saw it in person. It was sitting on the dyno whenever I got there, so we had to move it off the dyno and put my car on there. So, yeah, let's see. CRV rolls in park. Try checking out your front axles. I got a second gen CRV here right now, and we bought it, and they said it needed a transmission because it was rolling in park. It was a bad CV axle. So, it was all-wheel drive, so it would still go in forward because the rear was pushing it. And then once it would get going, the front would carry it. But check your front CV axles, and hopefully that'll be your answer for that too. Yeah. Scout, you was talking about talking about whatever. And, I don't just do this just talk about cars. I mean, we can talk about whatever. I don't care. It doesn't matter to me. We can talk about what you guys do for a living, what I do for a living. We can talk about your family, kids, I don't care. It's just kind of a little fun time for me, really. All of your cars are manual. Yeah, Katie, my wife actually has a medical condition where she's not supposed to drive. So I pretty much have to drive everywhere. And so I don't really want to commit to teaching her to drive a manual. I tried to, it's a funny thing. I should have been recording it. I actually got her out here in the Skeeter when I had it going and tried to get her to drive it around a little bit, and it was a disaster. But Yeah, so she's not up to par on driving a manual, and I know that she could drive an automatic in the event that she had to, like in an emergency. So that's just what I kind of do. It's the best rack and pinion. The few that I've replaced, I just bought from the parts store, man. God, they're such a pain in the butt to replace too. If it's a all-wheel drive, you have to like remove the transfer case, which is going to drain all the transmission fluid and all that crap. Man, it's just it's a headache. Have fun with that, buddy. Integra shell. I don't know, man. Good luck. They're getting hard to find. Cody was looking for an Integra for a hot minute to be able to do a K-swap in. He finally found this one. It was already a K-swap ready. It had a lot of the stuff already. Yeah, they're hard to find. Changing the manual transmission, basically, no. No, you can change the manual fluid, no problem. Just drain it out, fill it up, good to go. And I actually do sell that on my website too if you don't have it local to you. Just HondaResource.com. You go over there to store and then or shop, shop and then OEM fluids, and it's in there. It is more than a parts store, but I pay for shipping and all that stuff too. So, but if it's not available to you, it's cheaper than Amazon. Yeah, I mean, those are just hard to find, man. Yeah, I don't know. I don't really even see a lot of EGs or anything around here anymore. I used to see them all the time, but I guess it's just I'm not looking for them either. So if I see one, I'll let you know. But okay, ready. Yeah, there's just several guys up there in New York City that buy cars and part them out. I've seen that I follow on Instagram and stuff, and they're all the time buying like race cars and parting them out. Just sucks because they never want to ship nothing. Has to be a coupe. Yeah. Man, I don't know. Good luck. I guess we'll go for about another 5 minutes or something. Yeah, Carlos says he has a car. Carlos, do you still have your Integra that had the GSR turbo? I forgot about that one. Let's see. But yeah, we'll give it probably another 5-10 minutes and we're gonna hop off here, guys. It's 7 o'clock here now. Yeah, Carlos had a black GSR. I did a lot of work too a little while back. Oh, you have a white EG as well? Man, you have so many cars, dude. You like me. Got a bunch of cars. But yeah, Carlos had has a black GSR. It's turbo. But anyways, guys, like I said, next week we probably won't be doing a live. Really depends on if I go out of town or not. So I'm not going to do a live if I'm on the road. And I am off next weekend. I took off to go to Import Alliance, but my car's not ready. And I just don't want to go over there with no car. So, and I'm not reporting to work if I'm already got off. So the wife's been wanting to go to North Carolina, and if she doesn't have anything else going on, we're going to go to North Carolina and visit my old buddy Vila. Put some coilovers on his car while we're up there, and then go sightseeing. Have a good time. What you think? Oh no, she lost her wig. Oh. She said, howdy guys. Hello, peoples. This is my buddy McClutchum. He died. He's not faring well nowadays. This is you guys may have seen him at some point on the channel. So you and your buddy swapped the rack out on a 95 EX to manual. Yeah, swapping the rack on a CRV is totally different though, dude. It's a pain in the ass. Oh, Kyle, I appreciate it, man. This is McClutchum. He died. Dang, man. Had a GSR for 21 years. Maybe we can get some kind of revival for old McClutchum or something. We need to do some more stuff like that. We'll see. Yeah, man, tell you how old I am. I used to go to the Nopi events, Nopi Nationals. That was like back in early 2000s. A lot of y'all probably don't know about that. That was before Import Alliance and all that stuff. I do need to do some McClutchum shirts. You're right, Kyle. I just don't know that there would be a market for that. You know, Kate, microwaving that brake cleaner, it actually didn't do anything. It was kind of a letdown. All it did was fry the freaking microwave. But, yeah. I don't know. There's a market for anything. Yeah, I mean, I agree, but there's also a fine line there with return on investment. I don't want to put a bunch of money into some merch that just sits here. I don't have that kind of money. Yeah, that was back in the body kit days, the Lambo doors and all that stuff. I've been there, done that too. Yeah. That was, I was probably 20 years old or something when I was going to Nopi. Yeah, I started going about 03, something like that. 01 was really before I was in the cars. I was still in high school, and I didn't get into cars until like after high school. Nopi used to be the jam, man. There were so many cars, and you know, back then you see a lot of creativity, man. That's one thing I do miss about the car scene. You know, a lot of people say people ruin their cars with body kits and stuff, but man, there was so much individuality expressed through people's cars back then. You know, they had a lot of different body kits, different styles, different wheels. You know, you could really express yourself through your car, to where now it's like, you're either a JDM fanboy or you're a stance boy or whatever, and that's pretty much all there is. You know, where now it's not, man. Cars are so much alike now, one to the other, as opposed to being so individual. Yeah. But yeah, that's I guess that's pretty much going to wrap up it. The all teases. Yeah, there's a lot of that too. Yeah, it was a good times, man. Maybe we can talk about that some on the next live. I've never been to H-Day, man. It'd probably be a good time to go. Have fun up there. Hopefully, you know, with me transitioning into working for myself and not actually working for somebody else, I'll be able to get off work more frequently, because if I don't want to work for myself, I just don't work for myself, you know. And maybe I can go to some more events like that. Yeah. So anyways, guys, I appreciate everybody stopping by. Check out the live. I guess I'll hop off here and go get some dinner and start getting ready for work. I got to work tonight from 10 p.m. to 6 a.m. Fun times. Thanks for stopping by, guys, and hope to see you probably in a couple weeks Peace.